I am back at Sidequest Expo in Portland, Oregon, and I'm hunting for Sega game. The immortal John Hancock. This fine couple has been to Sidequest Expo multiple times and Portland Retro Game Expo, selling various Super Famicom games, and they are one of the reasons why I got into Super Famicom and Super Famicom collecting. They replace the batteries on some carts and they sell them for $5 a piece. So I absolutely got some great games in the past. A lot of vendors had a little bit of everything, and it's always great to go through the bins and you never know what you're going to find. I specifically was on the hunt for Sega, so it's pretty cool to see Beyond Oasis and Valis 3. They actually had some Neo Geo Pocket Color, but I was not willing to pay 3 digits for Neo Geo Pocket Color right at this time. Ran into my friend Jeffrey. I was tempted to get this light that says Game Over, and I was glad to see that they had a Astro City Mini in the box and a selection of Neo Geo games. Outrun Europe on Game Gear in the box. Ladies and gentlemen, a complete in-the-box TurboGrafx 16 for $400. This store had a wide selection of TurboGrafx 16 games. One of these days, I'm going to have to get into Shadowrun for Genesis. NES systems in the box, and always interested in what Sega Master System games they have. They had a loose Retron 5, tempting. Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, but I'm not ready to pay $150 for it. They had Ninja Pikachu, Kabuki Pikachu, and Sakura Pikachu. I think he had a big rice ball on his head. Always tempted to go through the Sega Genesis games and see what they have. The N64 games also had their own handwritten labels next to them. Thought something seems a little bit off. It is a European Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Always interesting to see what kind of consoles and controllers that they have. There's a TurboGrafx 16 down there, and as well as some arcade sticks. I'm glad to see that the ColecoVision was represented, as was the Nintendo Virtual Boy. I was tempted to get this Atari Flashback console for $10. Now, I was really tempted to get this Game Gear Micro, complete in the box, brand new looking. Very, very tempting indeed. It's got Sonic and Puyo 2. I mean, seriously, I kept coming right back to it. It was $105 and very similar to what you would pay for it in Japan. The overall vibe at Sidequest Expo is actually pretty pleasant. Glad to see that the well-loved, scruffy-looking consoles made their appearance and were priced accordingly. This vendor had a pretty good selection of Famicom games in pretty good condition, and they had both the Pulse Wave and non-Pulse Wave games, and pretty good selection for people who are looking to get into Famicom. I am such a sucker for Famicom cartridges with their wide variety of designs and colors. Always exciting to see some Sega Master System games. That is a really good price for Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap. They had Galaxian, Berserk, Centipede on arcade, Miss Pac-Man, Tutankhamun, and Street Fighter 2. And over here they had Konami's Track and Field. Like a moth to the flame, I am drawn to the Super Famicom cartridges. Hudson Adventure Island 2 on the Super Famicom. Nice. A boxed copy of Kunio-kun Baseball. Hey, there's one I was looking for. Alex Kidd for the Genesis. The Fairchild Channel F. This is where all the video games and cartridges got started. The first home console system ever. just don't see this too often. The local Red Bull distributor was there, and if you walked up and tell them that you were tired, they'd hook you up. Red Bull gives you energy to go and hunt for more Famicom. A boxed copy of Ganbare Goemon, that's pretty cool. And now I find a copy of Super Nintendo Doom. I was looking for that for a long time. A very, very nice looking Gradius in the box. You know, I keep seeing this game and I'm curious about it. Choro Q. It's like little miniature cars on PlayStation 2 and it's published by Atlas. I'll have to check it out. Now, this lady makes catnip toys with various nerd designs, Mario, Luigi, pizza slices, a bloody knife, and last time I got Guy one, he was so interested in it, he actually sliced open my finger before I could give him the catnip-laced cat toy. It's not like he needs any motivation to be generally weird or violent. It's in his nature, that's what I'm saying. Besides that, he's a decent cat.
He's mostly good, but he'll cut you.
What's this? Another copy of Shadowrun for $37? I should have gotten it. Darn it. Glad to see the Sega Astro City Mini. I love that thing. Now, I was impressed. This is the Famicom Mini box, the collection of Famicom cartridges for the Game Boy Advance. I mean, look at that. This is complete in the box, the entire set. It was $500, but I'm impressed that they had this. I mean, not only am I impressed that they had this, but I'm impressed that they let me open it up and take a look at it, because here they have all of the Famicom mini games on the Game Boy Advance. Also had a Pokemon camera, Pokemon printer, and a Pokemon camera, and a collection of the Game Gear Micro. That's pretty cool. I got some games from Magic Trash Can. Thank you, Magic Trash Can. They had a copy of the Ooze. I am tempted to get it because of the internet jokes. Later on, the crowd thinned and it was actually a little easier to walk around. So if you're gonna go, I would actually recommend that you be fashionably late. I'm definitely glad that I was. Here is a Nintendo Switch displaying on a Game Boy Advance. Madness. A consoleized PSP that you could actually play on a TV. And the Nomad. Pacific Northwest does some really cool Game Boys and modded systems, and just look at that. This is a Game Boy SP turned into with an aluminum shell, some really, really nice modded systems. The guy does some good work, and he's a viewer of this channel. Now, this is a modded Game Boy Color into the Game Boy Pocket. Really, really cool. I had a boxed Japanese copy of Wario Topsy Turvy and Castlevania for Game Boy. Very cool. And this thing, this is a Raspberry Pi, a micro, put into a Sega VMU. I mean, madness. It's even got the buttons on the back. I was very tempted to get this Game & Watch Donkey Kong. This gentleman actually had some awesome anime on Laserdisc. So I actually ended up recording this in slow motion, so it's extra dramatic and cool. You know, Sidequest Expo isn't as big as Portland Retro Gaming Expo, but it doesn't have to be. It is spaced out throughout the year, and I definitely recommend that you go there and check it out.
I just got back from Sidequest Expo, and here's what I got. I got Street Fighter Championship Edition for Sega Genesis, which I got for $8. I got Rad Racer 2 for the Nintendo, $10. For $5, I got Twin B. I'm 90% certain I already had this, but I wasn't 100% certain, but Twin B for Game Boy. Alex Kidd for Sega Genesis. Got a pretty good price for it too. And the piece de resistance, a Game Gear Micro in the box, brand new for, I think I got it for $100. This is a version with Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, and a RPG, Royal Stone. But I definitely look forward to reviewing this. Had a great time at Sidequest Expo. This is 8-Bit Joystick. Stay awesome. Play retro.